What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Alolan DataDex with me, TheOneIntegral. Now last episode we covered Togedemaru and I gave you a choice between two Alolan forms. For this episode it was Persian or it was Dugtrio, and Persian came out on top, so that's of course what we're covering today. But for next episode we're starting to ramp up to episode 150, so we got a few legendaries and ultra beasts to cover for the next few episodes, and we're starting off with a choice between Tapu Fini and Nihilego. So would you like to see the last Guardian Pokemon covered, or would you like to see another Ultra Beast? Let me know by either commenting Fini or Tapu Fini or Nihilego down below in the comment section, and the more of those votes will be covered next episode. But for now, let's jump in and have a look at Persian. So Alolan Persian is a pure dark type, classy cats Pokemon, and of course 53 in the National Pokédex. It stands at only 3 foot 7 inches or 1.1 meter tall, so it's like it's a big cat, obviously, but not a huge cat. It weighs 72.8 pounds or 33 kilograms and is in the field egg group, as you might expect, with it having a 50-50 male-female split. In terms of its evolution chain, of course, we have Alolan Meowth evolves from, and it levels up or evolves from Meowth to Persian in its Alolan form with high friendship, so slightly differently to normal Meowth and Persian. The stats for Alolan Persian, it's actually really fast. The speed is 115, which is not really something you'd expect from many Alolan Pokemon, because generally they're pretty damn slow. But apart from that, its stats are fairly low. We have the next highest is special attack at 75, health points, speed at 65, and then attack and defense at 60. So really, its speed is its main bonus, its main sort of working point. Apart from that, it's not really much to it. In terms of its abilities though, they are pretty good. We have Fur Coat first, which halves damage from physical moves. This basically doubles its defense from 60 to 120, so that's already a really good ability. The other ones are okay, I suppose. Technician powers up his weaker moves, which is pretty good for normal Persian, but since we have lower attack stats here, there's not really as much of a demand for Technician here with Alolan Persian, but it could be used. And the hidden ability is Rattled, which means if it gets hit by a Bug, Dark, or Ghost type move, its speed increases. So this could be pretty good. 3 types out of 18, that's a fairly high chance, but not a terrible chance. And speed boosts are pretty good for you, since you already have a pretty good speed. But Fur Coat probably still wins out as the best ability available for Alolan Persian. In terms of its typing, pure dark, nothing special, only resists ghost and dark type moves, is weak to 3 weak to 3 types in fighting bug fairy, immune to psychics, that's one benefit, but obviously taking neutral from all the rest. So it's not really a defensive typing, it hasn't got any typing advantage here, but it's just standard type, really nothing too special about it. In terms of the moves you could use for Alolan Persian, most of them are status moves, but we do have 1 or 2 attacking moves. The first is a level 9 Fake Out, of course, learn as Meowth. Fake Out's pretty good, flinches the opponent for free, so why not run it? It's not like you need 4 status moves, so Fake Out could be a viable move to run in one of your slots. And the other level move we have is Taunt at level 25. This is just, because of your high speed, you can run it as a lead to counter anyone who wants to set up spikes or stealth rocks. You can taunt them straight away. They're stuck in, they have to either attack you or switch out, which gives you an extra turn to figure out what you're doing. Then we have 2 TMs as well, first being TM05 Raw, working sort of in sync with Taunt if there is something you don't like, so Taunt, yes, okay, you can let it in, it can, do some stuff, try and do some stuff at least, whereas Raw's like, no, don't want to deal with this. You can Raw them out, and of course being faster, generally, you will, depends on Pokemon of course, but you will get there first and Raw them out. The other TM is Toxic, obviously a TM06, 90% accuracy, this is not a poison type, but of course, being not a very strong Pokemon, I suppose, in terms of attacking stats, Toxic is definitely a good choice just to do some damage over time while you let your status moves work down the opponents. We also have 1 heart scale move, which is Switcheroo. This is used in specific case in one of the sets. Of course, it switches your item with the opponent's item, so there are a few interesting instances where you could use this. And then we finish up with 2 egg moves, the first being Foul Play, 95 base power, but of course it uses the opponent's attack stat to calculate that, so your 60 base attack doesn't actually matter here, because it will use whatever the opponent has. So of course if they're a special attacker, it's not going to do much, but if they're a physical attacker, it's going to do a lot of damage. So that's the reason why Foul Play is pretty sort of viable, I suppose you could say, for use in Persian despite the low attack base stat. The last move though is another egg move, that's Parting Shot. Now this is a big one for one of its sets. Of course we'll get there, but Parting Shot If you were not aware, because it's not a hugely popular move or hugely used move, it lowers the attack and special attack of the target and then switches you out. So basically, you can switch into something that then, has a benefit, I suppose, because obviously it's still not going to take as much damage from the opponent, so you can use it as a setup way, forcing the opponent to switch out. So it's really a good move for Persian, because not many Pokemon get it in terms of, well, actually, it's just Pancham, Pangoro, Silvally, and then obviously a baby Persian there. So very specialised move and definitely viable for Persian here. In terms of the sets though, we are going to look at two sets. The first being a parting shot set, and the second one being an actual more focused on attacking and dealing damage. So the moveset for the first one is going to be Foul Play, Taunt, Parting Shot. Of course, ideally we're going to use this as a Z Parting Shot, and we'll see why later on, and then Toxic or Roar in the final slot. We're going to have Fur Coat as the ability, a Timid Nature. We're going to hold Darkinium Z so we can use that Z Parting Shot, and the EVs we have Maximum Speed, 228 in health points, and then a few more in defense with 28 there. So Foul Play is our only attacking move basically. If we need to do damage, we can use Foul Play. It's not relying on our own attack stat, hence why we can have a Timid Nature to reduce that, because it really doesn't matter if it could have a Joy one if you wanted. But Foul Play, of course, is your only method of doing damage, but we don't necessarily need to use it. It's only in the cases that you might want to. Taunt is there because you might want to taunt the opponent to force them to, for example, use it as a lead, prevent anyone from setting up spikes or stealth rocks on you. Just basically get a good way to set up. So if you taunt someone that's bulky, you can taunt them, and then you can parting shot the next turn and set yourself up like that. But parting shot is the main part of this set. So the idea here is if you power up parting shot with Darkinium Z to get Z parting shot, you lower the attack and special attack of the opponent, but the Pokemon that comes in after Persian gets its health points fully restored. So say you've taken out, you're sending out your attacker, I don't know what might be, Mega Blaze, just did a bit of damage, then you dropped about 5% health, it's risky. You're going to switch out quickly, and then you a few more turns in the battle, nothing much happens. You send your Persian in, Z Parting Shot, lowers the attack and special attack of the opponent, you switch your Blaziken back in, boom, Blaziken's on full health. So this is one of the really good uses of Z moves, or Z moves if you might want to say that instead. So definitely something to think about using there. And then Toxic or Roar in the final slot, it's up to you here. You can either do Toxic for a bit more damage over time, so you can actually do some more apart from Foul Play, or you go for Roar and just have that extra Taunt and Roar to either keep things in and prevent them doing what they want to do, or send them out because you don't want to deal with them. We've chosen Fur Coat as the ability just to give us a bit more defense in this case. It's the best out of the three abilities really. Just bulking up our physical defense a bit more, because why not? Allows us to be a bit more bulky and tanky and whatnot. Timid Nature, as I mentioned, doesn't really matter because we have Foul Play as our only attacking move, so you could use Jolly, basically something that boosts speed, so that's why that's there. Of course the Darkinium Z is to allow us to use Z Parting Shot, and the EV Spread, maximum speed because we want to get these taunts and these roars off as fast as we can basically, and then almost maximum health points for a bit more bulk there with the fast last feed in physical defense to boost up that Fur Coat even more. In terms of using the set, as I've said, the ideal way to use it is with the Darkinium Z. Of course, you could run it without Darkinium Z and have leftovers, for example, and use Parting Shot continuously over the battle to reduce attack and special attack. But Darkinium Z set, you want to be holding Persian around for as long as possible. Wait till one of your carries or one of your really powerful Pokemon gets almost killed, and then Z Parting Shot up, heal them fully, and then you're back in the battle. Moving on to the second set though, of course, as I mentioned, it's more of a attacking set, but there are some caveats to that. In terms of Foul Play, in terms of movesets, we start off with Foul Play. We have Taunt, Parting Shot, and Switcheroo. Ability here is Fur Coat, Nature being timid once more. Held item we have this time is a Choice Scarf, and the EVs we have maximum special attack, almost full health points, and some defense like last time. So it's very similar. The difference is we don't have Darkinium Z, and we have a few different moves here. So we have Foul Play and Taunt, same as before, for our damage, and then for taunting anyone who wants to set up spikes or stealth rocks. Parting Shot is here because we can still use it in instances where we reduce the attack and special attack of the opponent and then switch out. And then Switcheroo is if in case you want to get rid of your Choice Scarf to be a bit more flexible. The idea here being that you just give it to a Pokemon that doesn't actually benefit that much from Choice Scarf, and then you get whatever item they have, and they're then choiced into whatever move they're currently using and have to switch out and whatnot, and really just screws out their battle technique. So the other choice though is you just keep Choice Scarf and you use Parting Shot. Now what this does is it means that you're really fast, you can Parting Shot up, switch out, you don't take any damage, so you can just come in next time and parting shot up again, and then maybe sending the Pokemon that's going to be able to take a hit, but of course with a reduced attack and special attack of the opponent, they're not going to do too much anyway, so you can keep doing that over and over and over, and that synergy is really pretty good there. In terms of the rest of the set, Fur Coat again for the bulkiness, Timid Nature because we're not using our own physical attack, and the Eevees are the same as before because we want to get similar bulk and speed. But yeah, in terms of using this set, it's a case of it's really working off of Parting Shot once more. Yes, okay, you can go in and taunt and foul play to do some damage yourself, but the idea is to Parting Shot yourself into your powerful Pokemon with reduced attack on the opponent, and of course they will have to switch out or deal with that reduced attack, which gives you the upper hand. In terms of the rest of the video, that's sort of it for Alolan Persian this week, guys, so don't forget to vote for next episode's Pokemon. It's going to be either Tapu Fini or Nihilego, so let me know what you'd like to see covered next episode by commenting either Tapu Fini or Fini or Nihilego down below in the comment section. The one of those votes will be covered next episode, but for now this is going to be it for today, so I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.